News Services Division of All India Radio presents Employment News.
Welcome to the program Employment News. I am Saira Mujtaba giving you a quick update about some of the job vacancies where you can apply. Today we will be discussing about vacancies in Defence Research and Development Organisation, Department of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, National Medical Library, and Northeastern Indira Gandhi Regional Institute of Health and Medical Sciences, Shillong. Indian nationals are invited in walk-in interview for Award of Junior Research Fellow JRF to work in Defence Research and Development Organisation project at Defence Laboratory, Jodhpur, Rajasthan, a material cluster laboratory of DRDO. 4 positions for fellowship in physics, subject with interview on 6th December 2021. 3 positions for fellowship in chemistry, subject with interview on 7th December 2021. 3 positions for fellowship in electronic subject with interview on 8th December 2021 and 1 position for fellowship in mechanical subject with interview on 9th December 2021. It may please be noted that offer of fellowship does not confer on fellows any right for absorption in DRDO. The research fellowship may be terminated at any time during the tenure with a prior notice of 1 month. Fellows may resign with a prior notice of 1 month. Defence Laboratory, Jodhpur reserves the right to amend or modify or summarily cancel this advertisement. The notified fellowships are likely to be increased or decreased or cancelled depending upon the prevailing requirement restrictions, if any, as per the policy of Government of India. The eligible candidate can walk in for interview at Defence Laboratory, Ratanar Palace, Jodhpur, Rajasthan at 10 a.m. on the mentioned date. While appearing for interview, the candidates are required to submit complete biodata with recent passport size photograph affixed on the top right corner of the first page and 1 set of self-attested copies of all degrees of academic qualification certificates, mark sheets, experience certificates, etc. Candidates working in government, public sector undertaking or autonomous bodies should produce an NOC issued by the present employer. For complete details, log on to the website www.drdo.gov.in. Next is a memorandum by Department of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare. 1 vacancy, Photographic Officer in the Directorate of Extension, Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, Department of Agriculture, Cooperation and Farmers Welfare, New Delhi, is required to be filled up by promotion, failing which by deputation, including short-term contract. Officers under the central government or state governments or union territory administrations or public sector undertakings or statutory organizations or autonomous bodies or agricultural universities or recognized research institutes or semi-government organizations holding the post on regular basis in the parent cadre or department and 5-year service in the post in level 6 or equivalent under the central government or state government or union territories are eligible to apply for the post. Necessary education qualifications and other requirements, including the pro forma for furnishing biodata, please visit the website www.agricoop.nic.in and www.krishivistar.gov.in. Suitable and willing officials may apply to the undersigned by name within 60 days from the date of publication of this ad in the Employment News or Rozgar Samachar, along with duly attested photocopies of ACRs or APARs for the last 5 years. Applications are invited in the prescribed pro forma for filling up of 2 vacant posts of Assistant Library and Information Officer in the National Medical Library, Directorate General of Health Services under the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare on deputation, including short-term contract basis from officers under the central government or state governments or union territories or universities or recognized research institute or public sector undertakings or statutory or autonomous organizations. Period of deputation including short-term contract, including the period of deputation including short-term contract in another ex-cadre post held immediately preceding this appointment in the same or some other organization or department of the central government shall not exceed 3 years. The maximum age limit for appointment by deputation including short-term contract shall not be exceeding 56 years as on the closing date of receipt of applications. For purposes of appointment on deputation or absorption basis, the service rendered on a regular basis by an officer prior to 1st January 2006 or the date from which the revised pay structure based on the 6th Central Pay Commission recommendations has been extended shall be deemed to be service rendered in the corresponding grade pay or pay scale extended based on the recommendations of the Commission except where there has been merger or more than one pre-revised scale of pay into one grade with a common grade pay or pay scale, and where the benefit will extend only for the post which that grade pay or pay scale is the normal replacement grade without any upgradation. The departmental officer in the feeder category who are in direct line of promotion shall not be eligible for consideration for appointment on deputation. Similarly, deputationists shall not be eligible for consideration for appointment by promotion. Only central government or state government employees are eligible for consideration for appointment on absorption basis if applicable. The eligible and interested candidates may send their applications in the given proforma through proper channel to the concerned authority so as to reach within 60 days from the date of publication of this ad in Employment News. While forwarding the applications, the concerned department may please ensure that the particulars of the candidates are verified and that he or she fulfills the eligibility conditions. The application should be forwarded along with APARs for the last 5 years, duly attested by a Group A officer, vigilance clearance and integrity certificate. A statement should also be enclosed in case of each applicant that no minor or major penalty has been imposed on the applicant during the last 10 years. Applications received without aforesaid documents or after the prescribed date shall be rejected. Applications are invited on prescribed form by the Director, Northeastern Indira Gandhi Regional Institute of Health and Medical Sciences, Shillong, from Indian citizens for the following posts. 1 post of Professor, Anesthesiology. 1 post of Professor, Cardiothoracic and Vascular Surgery. 1 post of Professor, Dermatology and STDs. 1 post of Professor, Hospital Administration. 1 post of Professor, Medical Oncology. 1 post of Professor, Microbiology. 1 post of Professor, Nephrology. 1 post of Professor, Neurosurgery. 1 post of Professor, Pediatrics. 1 post of Professor, Psychiatry. 1 post of Professor, Radiotherapy. 1 post of Professor, Surgical Oncology. 1 post of Professor, TB and Respiratory Disease. 3 posts of Associate Professor, Anesthesiology. 1 post of Associate Professor, Biochemistry. 1 post of Associate Professor, Blood Bank. 1 post of Associate Professor, Cardiothoracic and Vascular Surgery. 1 post of Associate Professor, General Surgery. 1 post of Associate Professor, Hospital Administration. 1 post of Associate Professor, Medical Oncology. 1 post of Associate Professor, Nephrology. 1 post of Associate Professor, Neurosurgery. 1 post of Associate Professor, Ophthalmology. 1 post of Associate Professor, Orthopedics and Trauma. 1 post of Associate Professor, Physiology. 1 post of Associate Professor, Radiodiagnosis and Imaging. 3 posts of Assistant Professor, Anesthesiology. 1 post of Assistant Professor, Biochemistry. 1 post of Assistant Professor, Cardiology. 1 post of Assistant Professor, Community Medicine. 1 post of Assistant Professor, Cardiothoracic and Vascular Surgery. 1 post of Assistant Professor, Dermatology and STD. 1 post of Assistant Professor, ENT. 2 posts of Assistant Professor, General Medicine. 2 posts of Assistant Professor, General Surgery. 2 posts of Assistant Professor, Hospital Administration. 2 posts of Assistant Professor, Medical Oncology. 2 posts of Assistant Professor, Nephrology. 1 post of Assistant Professor, Neurosurgery. 1 post of Assistant Professor, Neurology. 1 post of Assistant Professor, Pediatrics. 1 post of Assistant Professor, Pathology. 2 posts of Assistant Professor, Radiotherapy. 2 posts of Assistant Professor, Surgical Oncology. And 2 posts of Assistant Professor, Urology. For further details regarding essential qualification, experience, age, and to download the prescribed application form, kindly visit the Institute's website neigriHMS.gov.in. Information about these vacancies has been published in Employment News. There are more vacancies in the journal. If you wish to read about these employment opportunities in greater detail and more, you may refer to the job journal titled Employment News for information in English, Rozgar Samachar for information in Hindi, and Rozgar Samachar for information in Urdu. It is published by the Publications Division, Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, and made available on every Saturday. With this, we come to the end of this program. We will meet again tomorrow at 4:20 p.m.
You were listening to Employment News. This program was produced and presented by the News Services Division of All India Radio. You can listen to it on a mobile app, News on AIR. This program is also available on our website, newsonair.com. You may email opinion about this program at airnsdtalks@gmail.com with employment news as subject.